Good morning. It's time for us to talk sports on Global Television. My name is Anthony Momoli, the king of sport. I've got all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sport. And we'll be talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, talking about the coaching job still not yet confirmed. One of the worrying points for sport fans across Nigeria and across the globe. We'll also be taking you to the English Premier League. We've got some big stories making the rounds. Last night was amazing. It was Wolves versus West Ham, and it ended in a brawl. Lot of top stories we'll be looking at on today's edition of the program Talk Sport, and I've got Gabriel Batistuta will be in the studio. They'll be helping us do the analysis of all the big stories. But let's begin from home sweet home. Let's begin with our darling Super Eagles. Yes, first they were called the Red Devils, then later Green Eagles, and now the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Some former Nigerian internationals have given their verdict regarding Super Eagles caretaker coach Augustine Cerezo Eguavoen's uncertain future with the national team. There were recent reports that the Nigerian Football Federation is still mulling the idea of employing a foreign coach for the Super Eagles. The NFF had appointed Eguavoen to take charge of the Super Eagles on interim capacity in September this year. Eguavoen guided the team through the recently concluded 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON qualifiers. Under his guidance, the Super Eagles secured qualification from Group D with 3 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat from 6 matches. But the 59-year-old uncertain, with the NFF reportedly still planning to hire a foreign coach for the 3-time African champions ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifier against Rwanda in March of 2025. As a result of former Nigerian players like Sunday Ulisa, Samson Siasia, Muchi Adepoju, in their recent reactions, gave their verdict on Eguavoen and the Super Eagles Nigeria position. Olise declared his support for Eguavoen to continue as the coach of the Super Eagles. The former midfielder described his former international teammate as a smart and honest guy. On his part, Siasia urged Eguavoen to step down from the role as interim coach of the Super Eagles. According to him, Eguavoen can't be in charge of the team and at the same time act in his capacity as the technical director of the NFF. He also urged the NFF not to hire a foreign coach for the team. Similarly, we've got Muchi Adepoju, popularly known as the headmaster, called on the NFF to keep Eguavoen in charge of the Super Eagles. So these are the various views of ex-internationals as regards Austin Eguavoen remaining at the seat of power. But one key thing is Samson Siasia just finished his FIFA ban and he is free, and he has given Nigeria a lot of good memories when he was in charge of the national team. Let me draw my guest who is in the studio into the conversation already as we talk Super Eagles this morning. Gabriel Batistuta, thank you for joining me in the studios.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's look at different ex-international talking about Cerezo being in charge of the Super Eagles. Samson Siasia, for one, says you cannot be the technical advisor of the Nigerian Football Federation and also the interim coach of the Super Eagles. Do you think Siasia has an eye for the top job? That's why he's aiming that dig at Cerezo.
Well,
and is he right?
Yeah, of course he's right. He cannot be holding 2 things at the same time. You can't be drop the two balls. You choose one and leave the other. But you see, if look at Cerezo's reign, how do you assess his success rate?
From under 17 days?
No. I'm talking about
just for the
What has his success? If you put his achievements on the table, what has he done for the Super Eagles? If you put from his first game to the last game, has he been convincing enough to be our Super Eagles coach? Can he take us to the World Cup qualifiers that we are really lagging and fought on the log? What has he done? What has he done well? We don't have confidence in him, my voice sincerely. I believe if I was LFF, I'll let him go. I'll look for another local coach. Preferably, I would look for a Siasia or Arabulike to take over the Super Eagles. I believe so because a man that has not inspired some confidence in his coaching abilities is up today, down tomorrow. Some ability as if he's going to please everybody. No, that's not how you do your coaching. I agree with the internationals out of solidarity are standing for him. But that's how the truth for somebody said. I mean, we didn't go anywhere. They were going to run down their own personality. We're in a precarious situation right now in the law.
That we might not qualify for the World Cup.
It's telling in the face. That's bad truth. So if we are just someone that can never qualify, I don't mind even the foreign coach to make us qualify because right now we are down the law. And he took us to those qualifiers. I mean, we were drawing the Benin Republic over that way. Look at South Africa. And these are fixtures that we need to win convincingly for the next matches to qualify. And what can he take us there? He has all the stats at his disposal. What I success means like we went to Benin, we went to Abidjan, draw. We went to Rwanda, Kenya, free draw. What kind of with all the stars on the squad, we play a draw in Rio? I mean, they score us first. I want to double down to score back. And what has just inspired confidence for me? I believe if we're going to get foreign coach that can help us go to the qualifier and go to the World Cup final, or we have two other local coaches in Abuike and Siasia.
Okay, we've got some pictures of some coaches. I hope my producer can flash the pictures of some of the coaches on the screen. There's Hervé Renard, who was touted as one of the key persons who also left the female French national team, hoping that he was going to be appointed the Super Eagles head coach. Do you think he could come in within a short time to fill that gap and take us to US Canada 2026 World Cup?
Hervé Renard has always dreamt of coaching the Super Eagles. In fact, he says the Super Eagles has abundance of talent. There's no country in Nigeria or in Africa that has the kind of talent the Super Eagles has. He said it over and over again that his dream job would be the Super Eagles, right from way back when he was in Cote d'Ivoire. And he's a man who understands the African football. I don't see reason why we cannot offer him a contract. Listen, I just hope and pray that the collaboration between the partnership between the NFF and the CBN will work, the NFF and the NNPC will work, so they can guarantee the salary of the coach, the foreign coach. Hervé Renard can quit his job in Saudi Arabia and come over and take us through these qualifiers. He understands the African game. He has won 2 Nations Cup. For me, he's one of the most qualified coaches still coaching right now. Who has won 2 Nations Cup in different countries? What kind of do you need? 2 Nations Cup. He has won in Africa with 2 different countries. So I believe that we have a really big coach in Hervé Renard to carry us through this precarious qualification, because we need to be in US and Canada next year. Because it's going to be 20 years after our achievements at the Atlanta Olympics, 21 years after. So it is important we get qualified, but if we are wrong, we don't qualify. And you see, the Super Eagles or Nigerians don't like to lose the World Cup.
But this was something Lisa that didn't do us much good.
He didn't do us much good. He came with so much promise and all Babalizim was all
Can Siasia take us to the World Cup?
Siasia has proven his mettle over the years. Siasia has been with on a 17th club. He has done so well. With the array of stars he has in the Super Eagles, Siasia knows what to do. It's one coach that whenever Siasia is there, we have some bit of confidence. You see, Siasia has done so well in the age game. He did so well in the Olympics team. He has had so much success. He gave us a bronze medal. He has took us to the
and he played against the best in the world when Messi was at his.
So Siasia has a way of picking players without sentiments, has a way of making them play his style of game. And he understands that football. He was a striker.
Yeah.
So I will have an array of strikers in Super Eagles right now that can fit his whatever promotion he brings for us. I think Siasia is the man for the job. Yes. I've really given
This is the other man we're looking at, Renard. You think, yes, he has won 2 Nations Cup in 2 different African countries that have the kind of talents that we do. So he should be the fastest man the NFL should go for within the time frame, because in March we're playing Rwanda.
You see, Cameroon has a way of grinding results. He may not play a fantastic kind of game, but he has a way of grinding results. And that's what we need. We need results right now. For the qualifications for the World Cup, we need results for the 4 matches.
Yeah, we are condemned to
win. So when results, listen to me, I want to appeal to NFF. We should not spend no expense to get him to get us qualified, because you see, the World Cup brings a lot of merchandise. The FIFA grants for the World Cup is enormous. What can we sacrifice to get those grants? And if you go to the World Cup, there's a lot of benefits for your good development teams. So I want to appeal to the NFF or Shehu Diko in the
National Sports Commission,
to pursue the partnership or the sponsorship agreement with NNPC. If NNPC can guarantee the salary for 2 years or 3 years, as it may be, we will have a smooth run, because the challenge has been how to pay him. So if NNPC can guarantee salary, the other 2 or 3 company results can foot his bill. So because we don't have to keep running the government, because the challenge has been we owe our coaches too much. We have backlog of salary owing coaches. That's why they don't give their best. If we can guarantee his salary and make sure he will come in this team, and with our local collaborators here, with our local coaches, and I bet you we can qualify for the World Cup and do the Nations Cup next year.
All right, as we wrap up the issue of the Super Eagles job, if they don't go for Renard, do you see any other top class coach that can come to Nigeria within the short term and also deliver the goods?
Right now, I can't think of any coach right now, non-Nigerian coach about right now that we can get right now, because most of the coaches are journeymen. Most of the coaches we have in Europe are journeymen looking for where to get a next paycheck. A lot of them don't have African football in their hand. They don't even understand how the African football when we play. So let's avoid journeymen, because journeymen have not helped us. They like to always what these guys do from Germany. They brought them sometimes. We don't want people who fail in club football to come to the national team. No. We want somebody the national team has no dynamics. The politics of the national team is the politics of the club football. And you see, because it doesn't happen every week and every week out. There's this, time, there's a lot of time to plan, and there's a lot of sometimes idleness in between. So, but if a coach is used to the national team, he has a way of using those spare time to scouting for more players, to find replacements for aging players, to find room for will-be injured players. So for now, we are condemned to Renard stands tall. I can't remember any coach again, except when we bring the South African coach who coach Alali. That's the way I think about. What's the name? That's the name. That's the only player I think of. But you see, will he be able to give our coach the best? We're free South Africa. So we don't need to go into that kind of box. Let's get Renard, or get Abdike, or get Sessa. In the two of them, I'll go for Sessa first, Abdike second.
Okay, in terms of the Nigerian Football Federation president, do you think there's a rule the federal government and sports fans can put on him to make this decision quick?
The sports fans, just like we are saying here, we are also putting pressure on them, because you see, they don't know everything. From what we can see, when we start up can see, we believe that we have no time on our hands. The Nations Cup is coming up next year, right?
Yes.
So I don't have a coach that says I mean, right now the coaching crew should be stable, preparing, getting the drafting list of about 30 or 40 players that will be screened to come into the and go to the Nations Cup.
And the team should have a playing pattern by now.
The coach should the players will understand what the coaching ideas are right now. We cannot be playing learning to a good exam period. I mean, we are far behind. The government of training when the Nations Cup is very scandalous. And we want to go to the Nations Cup in Cameroon. He won the first 3 matches and lost the quarterfinal match. Now how he came home empty-handed. That was a show of shame. And there are no repentance in there. So when our team didn't have a role to, okay. You see, he's very good at his first 3 games, but he runs out of ideas when the crunch time comes. That's the problem. When it's crunch time, everyone runs out of ideas, and sometimes he gets too much under pressure, because I believe so many people are telling him, do this. I think he has no mind of his own. So, but let's play in the agony. Let him come to the technical board and allow a coach who has gone through the agony and the rigors, the pressures of making changes during tournaments.
All right, let's hope the Super Eagles will be doing the right thing. The Nigerian Football Federation especially will make that call so that we can get a substantive coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They've got 4 more matches than the most win to qualify for the World Cup, and it's a big call for the Nigerian Football Federation to make. Okay, let's move on to another big talking point. We've got one man who decided to dump the 3 Lions of England for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, his name, Ademola Lookman, is in the news this morning. Reflecting, Ademola Lookman says the decision to represent Nigeria has been a blessing for him. Lookman was born in Greater London to Nigerian parents. The 27-year-old represented England at the youth level, winning the FIFA Under-20 World Cup with the young 3 Lions in 2017. The winger, however, switched allegiance to Nigeria in February 2022 and made his Super Eagles debut in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier against the Black Stars of Ghana 1 month later. Lookman represented Nigeria for the first time in a major tournament at the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire early this year. The former Leicester City player made a big impact at the competition, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist in the 7 appearances. The tricky winger also named the team of the tournament. Lookman was said playing for Nigeria has been a remarkable experience for him. Yes, remember when Lookman said he was going to dump the 3 Lions for the Super Eagles? Lots of people doubted the impact he could bring for the Super Eagles. We thought of him like other players who didn't stand a chance with the 3 Lions, and that was why he decided to dump them. Do you think that was the case for Ademola Lookman, or he was just simply Nigerian?
I think he was simply Nigerian. I think he took a cue from Victor Moses. Yes, these guys are simply Nigerian at heart, and they deserve their flowers. You see, now if you look at the likes of Tomori and Abraham, that went to England, where have they played for England? Have they played for? How many caps do they have for England? They were like John Fashion too. Yeah, they were the same under-17 squad that won the 2017 World Cup. Tomori and Tammy Abraham and Lookman Ademola. Ademola has progressed in his career, both club and country. But I trust Nigeria. Nigeria will give you the opportunity, but the English FA will not allow you to play for the England. They will put you for a small, but in the World Cup, how many? You know what Saka went through? Saka is the only Nigerian player who has succeeded through that game, because Saka, the one was on the side,
and he was
extraordinary. And the Arsenal team built him up and made him a 4th player. So England couldn't overlook him. I mean, Saka would have had a better place to smile if he came here. But it's okay, he told, but you see, Kadebe Habla is biting his fingers that he didn't come to Nigeria, because we have had an opportunity to play for us. We have a defensive challenge. We have 50 problems with Echo, and our defensive challenge will have been solved if he came to Nigeria. The still can never give him a World Cup set. Goodbye to it. I hope it's not good for him. But you see, look back now, may likely be the African player of the year. The way it's going. That's what Tabela would never have dreamed of. But you see, it is going to come back to Borderland. Borderland offers you all you need. So it's now, there's another player that plays in Spain. I found his name.
John?
There's another player that plays for that says something about him. It is probably they get the allegiance right to the Super Eagles all time. You see, that's what the coaches will do. If you have a coaching stable, you know that that player who are playing, who are doing well, you give them and cap them with these matches are coming in. Cap them and get them stayed as well. You will have a pool to choose from when the time comes. But you see, where are we? We are surrounded. Where are we? So I'm happy for Lookman. He made a good choice, and that choice has paid off for him. You know,
who do we give that kudos to? Do we give it to General? Because we remember during General's era, we had a lot of Nigerians, even William Trust Ekong, who was supposed to have played for the Russian national team, also did choose Nigerian and some other players.
Yes. Let's give it to the government. Very try did his best in his time and got us our players back. That's why we need a coach who understands international politics that can bring us, because we have a lot of players who play in all these leagues in the world who are ready to switch allegiance. I say, I never Lookman case will bring inspiration to them, I believe.
Okay.
I never Lookman decision. Let the NFL project him, use him as a case study. And lure
other players.
Yeah, because it's possible. It's a matter of luring. I remember I remember what Okocha did in luring in Europe to make sure Super Eagles. Yes, and other ex-internationals also lure other players who are yet on the circle. A lot of them are starting to they are ready right now. They are watching because the World Cup is coming in. The dream of every player to play the World Cup. And if you don't play the World Cup, where are you? Where are you? You know, there's this guy who played, which Kessie did captain. One guy who was playing in England, well, tall defense player. I forgot his name. Kessie did the last game in the World Cup. Kessie captain. He had dreamt of playing the World Cup. He was an old player. I forgot his name. He has a younger brother. He played the World Cup. That was his dream to play in the World Cup, because when the World Cup
history keeps it in there.
Yeah, it's just there for life. You play the World Cup, the biggest football tournament in the world, and the trainers cannot guarantee you that, because they will not allow you to play when they have their own white guys to play. So let the African boys who are the guys who are the come to Nigeria and play. We have a room for them.
All right, we'll go for a quick break. When we return from the break, we'll still be talking about Ademola Lookman and other stories making the rounds. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Talk Sport, and we'll be delving seriously into the matter that concerns the Super Eagles of Nigeria. First, we talked about the coaching job, why it's taking the Nigerian Football Federation, the Glass House, forever to name a substantive coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Already ex-internationals like Samson Siasia, Muchi Adepoju, the headmaster, and Sunday Elise already talking tough about the need to make give Nigeria a substantive coach. As some say, Rezo Guavon is not the man for the job. What's your take on that matter? And now we're looking at the change of allegiance by the man called Ademola Lookman from the Three Lions to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The good it has brought to him and his family. We're still talking that matter. Let's look at Wandere of Arsenal. Of Nigerian descent has the right to play for the Super Eagles and also the Three Lions of England. Do you think the NFF has done enough to try to woo him back to the Super Eagles? And players like Alex Iwobi, Calvin Darcy, shouldn't this be the kind of job they should be doing behind the scene?
Yes, this is the kind of job they should do behind the scene. Is one fine player the Super Eagles should not miss, because he will come to add to our midfield issues. Because right now we're seeing a creative player. Our creative player, really creative player we have on us is Iwobi. And Iwobi, after he can't play 90 minutes for us, he has to be substituted. So we need someone like Alexander to come into the second half for the creative play in the midfield, to hold and capitalize the midfield very well. So the NFF should launch. That's why they have the international departments. This is what they should be doing. The technical committee, reach out to him. Make him understand that you have a future with the Super Eagles. Your future is bright because the position you play, we don't have much people on that position. You definitely have a future. You have more game time. So come to the Super Eagles and let's give you the world. You see, these are the things that the NFF chairman should be doing. When you have breaks like this, you fly to England and have a meeting with these kind of people. On a lot of no one decided yet. Kids who are coming from the English Academy, talk to their parents. You know, take family relatives from Nigeria and fly to them. If you saw what Mourinho did to get Mikel to play for Chelsea, you know that there was no way Mikel for a while accepted. If you heard what Mourinho did behind the scene, how he sent people to Jos to speak to the father of the King of me. They brought in money, they brought in goodies, they promised. I mean, they don't wait the father to put in word. That was why Manchester United couldn't understand how a player was only in their facility was taken over immediately to Chelsea, because it shows the special how bad you
want the player. Yeah,
I want to let the Super Eagles, the NFL, that we can do the same to convince the parents of Ethan Nwaneri and other players who are playing, who are yet to decide, get their kids and kids in Nigeria to go over and talk with their parents, to convince them that this our country is going to be a great country. We know it's a great country already, that they have a space in this country. We have pool to choose them from, and they will get their best opportunity to play Super Eagles. These are things we're begging for questions. Even our Super Eagles players, also the likes of Trust Edcom and the likes who are playing in England, you are ambassadors of our country. Talk to these players when you meet in your games. And then they understand that Super Eagles is a good player. Even though you have our own challenges, but you see, you have a better future here. You have an opportunity to come, you have an opportunity to play in the World Cup than any other country you choose.
All right, well said. Let's leave the Super Eagles. Let's talk some Champions League matches that will be taking place today. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. Remember, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are for the Champions League. So it's going to be loads of action tonight, and one man is going to be in action. Yes, we're looking at Ademola Lookman talking about the match against Real Madrid. Ademola Lookman warned Atlanta must be at their best to beat holders Real Madrid in Tuesday's UEFA Champions League clash. Atlanta will host La Liga side in the UEFA Champions League 6th-round fixture at the Gues Stadium. It will be the second meeting between both teams this season. Real Madrid defeated the Ladder 2-0 in the UEFA Super Cup back in August. Atlanta are, however, now in a fantastic form both in Serie A and Europe. Gianpiero Gasperini side are top of Serie A and unbeaten in the Champions League this season. They currently sit fifth position on the Champions League table. This is going to make an exciting matchup today. Atlanta taking on Real Madrid. Real Madrid is desperate for wins for them to climb up the Champions League ladder. Do you see Atlanta also in a very fantastic form in the Serie A, winning matches, top of the La Liga? They beat Inter Milan last time out. Ademola Lookman was among the goal scorers. They beat Inter 3-1. Do you think the Los Blancos, the Galacticos, can beat Atlanta?
Well, if you look at their matchups, they have played 3 or 4 times, and the Galacticos have always won. Yeah. But right now, with the current form, that the Atlanta guys have an edge. I think it's the best time for them to play because this match will stand him out for the Africa they play.
And Real Madrid has an eye on him too.
Beautiful. So he has opportunity to display and show what he has, because I tell you, Real Madrid in the last 5 Champions League they have lost 3 and won 2. So their form is dwindling. If Vinicius Junior is in the match today, they stand a very less chance to win, because Vinicius Junior has carried the club, has carried the team for this past weeks, and now he's injured. So and they are playing in Atlanta. So there's no advantage for them. And they are in the best form. And Gasperini is a very experienced
coach too.
So he understands the game plan. He understands how to admit Ancelotti. They have been contemporaries. And with his boys, blasting from all cylinders. I tell you, it will be a crack of a game. But I see the Atlanta guys stepping up because coming up victorious, because the Real Madrid team have been yo-yo. So how they play with Liverpool. Liverpool to be clear at 2-0. And Kylian Mbappe, scored his first goal against Atlanta and his first goal for Real Madrid against Atlanta in August. It will be a right time for him to try to show what he did. But I think a trick will make a forest. Kylian Mbappe could be in 4. But what about the other hits, other points? But not be able to give him the support that he needs. I see Atlanta stepping out today with victory, and Atlanta has won 3 on their first opponent. They drew 2. So they need a point in this match to qualify. They have 9 points right now. If they get a point in this match, they go to 10 points. So this qualification is for the next round. So it's a game, a do-or-die game for Atlanta. It's also a do-or-die game for them, because if they losses or lose the game, they are going to be in a very precarious situation. So it's all of them are going to try to win this game. And I think the best tactical formation will come victorious today. It's going to be from the bench.
All right, let's look at Real Madrid. When it comes to the midfield, it seems that that's where they have an issue. The fact that Toni Kroos is exiting, and they've not had that strength in the midfield like they used to. Kamavinga has not been at his best. Vivek also not the very best we used to see the Real Madrid team. Carlo Ancelotti, unusual, is under some form of pressure we cannot explain. Looking at for Atlanta on their own flip side, they're playing the Real Madrid team, 13-time, 14-time champions of the Champions League. They've got that name. Would they be coming against Real Madrid with fear? And also for them, the plus for them is the fact that they've got a Lookman who seemed to do his best in the biggest games of his life.
Beautiful. So Lookman is, you see, Atlanta has a large joker of a player, one Italian player. I've always said he's a very 25-year player, very deadly striker. So all attention will focus on Lookman, why that striker will do damage. You know, right now Atlanta is at the best of his form. I see them have an edge because they're going to hold a battle with spring for them. Like you said, the midfield for Real Madrid is sloppy. Valverde is not doing well. Kamavinga is not doing well. And also the captain, what's his name, the guy from Croatia,
Luka Modric.
Modric is also aging. You know, to the cross was the alter ego in that midfield. He was the pass master. He was the man that held the midfield together. But he has retired. There's nothing he can do. And so these Valverde, young stars in Valverde and the Kamavinga, we talked about to hold the midfield together right now. You know, so let's see what happens. And Atlanta plays the weak football. They play an instructional football. They play from the wings and they play from the midfield. So it's going to be a crack of a game. As I said to you, the game will work from the bench. It will be the tactical formation of the coaches because the coaches have an area player to play from, especially the Atlanta coach. And his best selection to be winning this game. And I believe in Ademola Lookman, who steps out in one stage in very strong games like this. And today, destiny has put for the game for him to show what he's worth. And he's had a chance of getting two things today. Number one, getting Real Madrid to call him up and getting the opportunity to convincingly win the African Player of the Year. This match will prove that.
All right. In terms of officiating, are you confident you're going to get a very balanced officiating? At times we see in Europe when very big teams playing an emerging team, the officiating at times is skewed towards the traditional big team.
Yes, it happens, but you see, I would have had more issues if they were playing in Madrid, if they playing in Atlanta. So the referee has to be fair as well because his whole advantage is Atlanta, and you don't want to be the center of controversy. This week, a referee was sacked. A referee was doing the sledge hammer this week because of poor officiating. And so referees are coming under scrutiny right now. So you stand a lot to lose by this sloppy with your officiating. So I would encourage the referee who's going to be on the start today to be fair, give his firm conviction and be at his best. He should also consult the VAR. It is not making. The referee has to lose. There's no need to pander to the caprice of Real Madrid. Be as fair as you can and give your ruling to be fair and square. I'm not afraid because we don't have issues so much in the European stage of officiating like we had in the English Premier League and the Nigeria Premier League. You know, these two places have had very poor officiating. When it comes to the UEFA Champions League, all the officials have put their best foot forward because that's the biggest thing for you. If you mess up, you can't get the World Cup. So I believe I'm not afraid of the officiating in the UEFA Champions League because they have proved their better over time. They have been fair.
Do you think what's going to unstable Atlanta tonight is going to be if finally when the first 11 lines up and they see Vinicius Junior? Would that be on a stable side?
Yes, that would be our stable cable. But they have played Vinicius Junior in August, so it's not going to be a stage fright because they have played with him, and so. And the world
would that be a plus for Madrid?
I think it should be a plus for Madrid. But you see, Conor injury, he will not be at his sharp best. You know, so they will not want to risk it to play him in the second half because you know Vinicius to stay long other than that, other suspension. So you are already cautiously playing him. So he will come from the get-go. He will come the second half. But you see, Atlanta has a opportunity to do the damage first half and hold their 14 seconds because Real Madrid know how to play the dead ball, the last minute game. When this is extra time, don't go to sleep because that's the Real Madrid scores. They go to what they call bedlam. You know, Real Madrid know how to score at 94, 95, and 60 minutes. So Atlanta will not take their eyes from the ball for the whole 90 minutes plus, because Real Madrid can be losing 2-0, but in the extra time of 2 minutes they can score 3 goals.
Well, that's
what happened to
Borussia Dortmund will tell you also they suffer the same fate. All right, we are talking about the Galacticos there, and it's going to be a very superb night in the UEFA Champions League tonight, with Atlanta host the Galacticos, 14-time champions of the Champions League. But we're going to be seeing our own Super Eagles striker there, Ademola Lookman, and we all will be rooting for him, hoping that he's going to give us a hat-trick tonight, so that they can bury the Galacticos. That's going to be a tall order. But tonight it's going to be the Champions League night, and Atlanta takes on Real Madrid. Ademola Lookman versus the world. All right, let's move on to the next talking point. Let's do enough of football. Let's do some fencing here and talk about the sport of fencing. That's where we're heading to. The city of Lagos is gearing up to host the 2024 Men's Junior EP Fencing Cup from 14th of December to 15th, with Nigeria's contingent eager to make a strong impression on home soil, led by local favorite Wisdom Okolawan, former African cadet champion. The Nigerian team is determined to secure a podium finish. Okolawan will be joined by Shemilore Fashola and Olu Ige, and not forgetting Bade Martins and Kibati Opasoya. And the Idengest siblings, Mahadi and Mahata, the 2-day event that will be taking place at the Charterhouse in Lagos will feature teams from Hong Kong, Benin Republic, Greece, Togo, Senegal, Ghana, Angola, Saudi Arabia, Kenya, and host Nigeria. This marks the only country in sub-Saharan Africa with hosting rights for the World Cup. Meanwhile, Egypt, led by World Cadet silver medalist Eslam Osama, ranked number 11 in the junior category, will be one of the teams to beat. Osama will be joined by Yusuf Shamal, ranked number 13, and Mahmoud El Sayed, ranked number 14. This experienced 8-man Egyptian contingent is eager to use the World Cup to amass ranking points and improve their standings ahead of the 2025 tournament. Meanwhile, Hong Kong's teenager sensation Kenton Jia Su, ranked number 18 in the world, will lead the 4-man Asian team in the quest for ranking points and titles. The participating teams are expected to arrive in Lagos this week for the weekend's tournament. Meanwhile, the International Fencing Federation, IFF, has named its Vice President Donald Anthony of the United States as the supervisor for the World Cup. Additionally, Peter Smith, chairman of the Technical Committee of the Commonwealth Fencing Board, will be in Nigeria to assess the country's readiness to host the Commonwealth Championship in 2025. This is amazing. Just some weeks back, we talked about Nigerian getting into Fencing Federation. How key is this move by Nigeria hosting for the sub-Saharan continent? We've got great countries, Hong Kong, Greece, and other countries being part of this. Do you think, is it too early for Nigeria to host this tourney, knowing that we're just getting to the sport of fencing, or this is just the right direction to head?
I think it's not too early. It's the right direction for me to head, because we need to develop our infrastructure to get players to train. I'm glad that we already have a team. It's a junior qualification. I'm glad we already have a junior team, Okalawan and the university and the likes. So we have people to train. And you see, what country you are hosting that you have the facilities up to international standard to host other countries. So at this facility we remain here, they won't be taken away after now. So we will have a sports complex where we can go and train our cadets. So for me, it's the right step in the right direction, and we should build on it, get more youth involved, so we can have a pool to choose from. So it's a blessing for us to be hosting at this time, because it's going to afford people to learn while we are also participating. We have other youths who are also wanting to learn. So it's going to be a win-win zone on both sides. So I want to encourage the Fencing Federation to make sure they get youths across who can come as observers to observe how these nations play. In the process, being taught the technical abilities of how to do fencing. So they're going to be watching it. Also, I'm going to talk at the same time. So for us, it's a good thing, and I want to encourage you, thank the Federation for hosting, and I believe it will come out well for Nigeria.
In terms of Egypt, we see that Egypt is coming to a very strong contingent, and also have other teams joining. How important is it that we're having grade A countries coming to the fencing tournament in Nigeria, and because we're talking about garnering more points?
Yes, I think for us it's good. Egypt has been very, see, the other Africans always start early because of their very beautiful organization. We always start late, but it's a plus for us that we got the hosting right, and other countries like Korea, are coming in from all the way to come play in our country. It's a plus for us. It's for us to take a cue from Egypt and also do well, because you see, we're fast learners, and so I believe that the time has come, and we have to give all our best to catch up with Egypt and even overtake Egypt. So let the Sport Fencing Federation take this as a major breakthrough and key to it, and take advantage of this opportunity to raise more fencing players from the junior cadets.
For schools, how important will this tournament be? And do you think publicity should be more as a way of making people aware of that there's a sport called fencing, and for schools, if it means a free entry for secondary schools, so that they know that, okay, there's a sport called fencing where they use the swords and knife as to showcase the sport more?
Yes, I think I am glad it is being hosted by Charterhouse. Charterhouse is a school, secondary school in Lagos. It's a very massive secondary school. So that's what the federation should do. Allow other schools in Lagos to bring their delegates to come watch. We have a lot of schools in Lagos that are into sports. Let it be known, because that should be period of course. And for the 15th, most schools should have finished exams and should be at home. So let the sports masters or sports teachers need to get students, maybe delegates of 4 or 5 per school, and then be part of the audience to watch, which is going to help. So this can only happen if we have an up and about federation. It's not too late. Today is maybe 12th, am I correct? Or 11th? Today is
10th. So for this,
so in our 4 more days, there's a lot of security information across. Let students come and watch. Let the gates be flung open, and let it be controlled. Maybe the delegates in each school be 10 delegates to come and watch. From there, the interest will be generated, and they can learn by observing. So it's something that's very neat, and I believe we're catching this opportunity.
All right, we're talking fencing this morning, and just as we try to also make that sport popular, we urge when you see fencing, it's a very interesting sport where two all dressed in white with swords trying to outwit each other. It's a very technical game, and we hope that Nigeria will do better in the fencing tournament that is holding in Lagos, starting on the 14th of this month. That's barely 4 days from now. We'll have Hong Kong, Benin Republic, Greece, Togo, Senegal, Ghana, Angola, Saudi Arabia, Kenya, and who's of course Nigeria being part of the fencing tournament, as Nigeria tries to gather more points so that they can qualify for the World Cup. That's talking about fencing in Nigeria. And we already know that Egypt is one of the powerhouses in Africa, and they will be at the tournament in Lagos. So we're wishing Nigeria fencing team the very best of luck as they face big teams. All right, from the sport of fencing, let's go to and talk about boxing. The MBF is where we're looking at now. The Nigerian Boxing Federation has announced plans for the early preparations ahead of the 2028 Olympics, following the country's disappointing outing at the Paris 2024 Games. The Punch reports that the NBF interim president, Azania Omwagege, who hopefully is going to be in the live studios tomorrow, revealed that the federation will revive the Nigerian Boxing League as part of its long-term strategy to develop the sport. Nigeria enjoyed a disastrous boxing campaign in Paris, where their last hope, Adam Olalore, crashed out of the round of 16 of the men's 92-kilogram heavyweight category. The situation was compounded by Cynthia Ogunsemiro's doping-related disqualification and Dolapo Omole's injury withdrawal. The federation's preparations for Paris 2024 were marred by internal conflict, including the leadership tussle between Omwagege and former president Kenneth Menima, which affected the coaching setup. Experienced coach Tony Kunyegwache was controversially replaced by Adura Olalilehi for the Olympics. The technical director of the NBF, Babatunde Laguda, questioned Olaniyi's credentials, stating the inadequate preparation was evident as boxers complained of insufficient training time. Right, let's look at this issue. The Nigerian Interim Boxing Federation President Azana Omar is going to be in the studio tomorrow, hopefully. Do you think these issues of infighting, one man, Minima, who has been there, his time has elapsed, so not wanting to hand over power, who do you blame? Is it the international body that's not doing enough?
Well, you can't blame the international body because the international body has no business with your internal affairs.
The athletes of the body.
They expect the athletes to put their house in order because they're not living in Nigeria. So you see, that's the problem with our sport. And the last time I came here, I said, internal wranglings of leadership tussle has been at bay of most sports federations in Nigeria. That's why the sports minister, the National Sports Commission chairman now, should step in. There should be a law on how many tenures you can lead as a chairman of a federation. I had 2 tenures or 3 tenures. Let it be stated clearly because this shit-tight syndrome is affecting all sports, not only in boxing. You have it in karate, you have it even in a supporters club. I mean, it's so laughable. Whereby you have given you see someone how affected us in basketball.
Still affecting us.
It's affected today because the leader, the bad leader is
Kide and Michael.
What's his name?
Oguche.
No, not Oguche. Kida and his one guy, but I forgot his name. Is Abdullah or something. The both of them are good leaders, but you see, Abdullah has served 2 tenures, and they need to step up. He refused to step up because he felt he has something to offer. And Kida too was also eager, but you see, the both of them have felt slightly better. But I think it's time for us to have a clear-cut constitution or a clear-cut blueprint to say, okay, listen to me, guys, you can do 2 tenures at a go. You can do as many tenures after. But after 2 tenures, you will step aside. Let someone else come. Then after the person, you can come back again, if need be. But you see, this sit-tight syndrome is not because we've had 3 players who have done well, and you want to keep them for more. So but let's say, you can do 2 tenures straight up. Step aside. Let's all do 2 tenure. You can come back again if the president wants you. But that will be a level of sanity in the game because you can see how leadership tussle affect our preparations for it. Colin Watson is an Olympian and is a very experienced veteran coach who has experience overseas. Because of leadership tussle, he was pushed aside and they brought somebody who was not very experienced. So it affects boxing as one of our sports. Yes, in the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games because we only have medals for boxing. But see, I know. See what's going on. Let the leadership tussle come to an end. Let Mr. Shediku step up to the plate and address the leadership problem because it's affecting us across board. You see, I said last time, I said politicians have left politics to sports right now. And so this sit-down syndrome of second and third term is what's affecting us. If politicians can allow this sport to be run by technocrats, we have all these things.
Very sad commentary there. Let's quickly run into the English Premier League time time frame. We've got just barely 5 minutes to call it a wrap. Just a quick one that Tottenham defender Christian Romero has warned on a levy that the club are slipping behind the Premier League rivals due to lack of investment. Romero speaking there. Spurs are 11th in the top flight after losing 4-3 to rivals Chelsea on Sunday. The victory saw them concede 2 penalties and let an early 2-goal lead slip. Do you think it's about investment for Tottenham or they're just not good enough? Because at a point in this season, they were high flyers.
They were high flyers, but have you been to, because as you have to bring new legs to strengthen your squad. In the past season, how many players are invested in? Ask this season, what would their transfer in the market like? How many players are to, because the squad has to be strengthened over time. Okay, so the coach has done well. He did so well.
So can we hold it down and levy the owner of the club responsible?
Of course, he has
very stingy.
Yes, he was very frugal in his expenses. But you see, in January he has to bring 1 or 2 signings to strengthen the squad. Because you cannot give what you don't have. If the squad has injury issues, who will replace these players? So your squad don't have to be high. So that when some me goes on injury, or the Brazilian guy goes on injury, who comes in for
Richarlison?
Richarlison. That guy's a very good player. But when they go on injury, who steps in to fill their space? What quality of the replacement do they have? So Tottenham was Lejan Levy has been, but that's one reason why the other coach left after frustration, because he wants to sign players, but the guys don't open up the check for him to sign players. And he left the frustration because he told the Champions League final. You know, the coach there, who lost there, who just left 2 days ago, but he would have won if they had a deep squad. And so Postecoglou is doing his best, but you see, he can do better if they have new legs.
All right, well said. That's how we're going to call it a wrap on today's edition of the program Talk Sport. And it's a big thank you to Gabriel Batistuta Obi, his nickname there, for always firing with shots. Thank you very much for joining me in the live studios and for a very amazing analysis. All right, that's how we call it a wrap on today's edition. Let's do this again tomorrow. We'll be coming with big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sports. My name is Anthony Momodu, the King of Sport. Good morning.